Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of the VisionRoot video blog from Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. I'm Richard Urban, your host. Well, today's edition is titled, Why Can't Hyung Jin just get along with his mother? Or the subtitle could be, Why Can't We All Just Get Along with Evil, in parentheses. Well, this is a frequent recurring topic. I'd like to start our video blog with a reading from the words of Reverend Sun Myung Moon from July 1st, 1991. That's the Decoration Day of God's Eternal Blessing. You must think about the position from which the original nature of heaven entered this world. Centering on the original nature, before that standard, the realm of Israel on the individual, family, tribal, racial, and national level has been established. How anxious must Jacob have been until the moment he went over the archangel, the ford of Jabbok, and received the blessing of heaven. You cannot imagine how amazing the moment was when the name of Israel was proclaimed on earth. You are not to defile the name of Israel. Not only the name of Israel, you are not to defile the lineage of Israel. The Israelite people did rather defile the lineage, and Christianity emerged as a clan centering on Jesus. Excuse me. But debased itself. Christianity, which was centered on Jesus as a king and parent representing Israel, was defiled. Today, centering on the Christian realm, can we win back the sovereignty which God wants, the sovereignty with which he blessed Israel? Can we reap the fruit which represents the nation? Where can we reap the fruit which represents the nation? How can we do all of these things? It is through the Messiah. We must seek the seed of the one true fruit. So that's our reading today from Reverend Sun Myung Moon. So why can't Hyung Jin just get along with his mother? That topic keeps coming up again and again among those who are Family Federation members. Maybe those who don't know, Pastor Hyung Jin was the international president of the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification. He was also crowned 3 times as the successor to his father and mother with his wife, Yana. So they were the international president of the Family Federation for about 4 years, and then he was asked to go to the United States, and then without explanation, or without any explanation from, I should say, the Family Federation, he moved to Pennsylvania and started the World Peace and Unification Sanctuary, also known as the Sanctuary Church. So what happened there? Well, what happened there is Hyung Jin, as he explains in his sermons, was expected to accept the complete desecration of the tradition of the Family Federation, of true father of Reverend Sun Myung Moon. He clearly stated that these are the traditions we follow, these are the scriptures, this is the blessing ceremony, this is the national anthem, and those things were changed by Hak Ja Han Moon, Mrs. Moon, even while Reverend Moon was in the hospital. So people keep saying, well, why doesn't he just meet with his mother? That's what people tell me through email, in person, whatever. Well, think of common sense. So in order to go back to Korea after, say, the time when he was in the United States here and was doing a great job as a president, started a democratic system of councils, which was basically abandoned, was teaching about the core message of True Father, absolutely good sex, which he was told not to teach about. Why? Why was he told that? So he would go back to Korea, and then he's supposed to accept, he's supposed to promote a new Chun Sung-gyung, when Father said clearly there was already the original Chun Sung-gyung. Well, clearly that's against God's will. So how can he unite with that? I don't get it. I don't get why people keep saying. Then at least one or more times when he goes to visit his mother, he's met with guards and armed guards. And then people ask, well, why doesn't he just get along with his mother? Well, I say, why don't we just get along with evil? And I mean, let's use some common sense. So yes, we love everybody, but we love the sinner and we hate the sin. as Hyung Jin was explaining in a sermon, if you're in the presence of some, say, criminal like Jeffrey Dahmer or something, and you love him up, well, you might end up in the freezer, cut up. The point is, we don't just get along with evil. The righteous and loving thing to do for Mrs. Hak Ja Han is for her son to tell her, mother, you cannot go this way. Do not go this way. And how many times did he tell her that? Hundreds, dozens of times. He was living with his father and mother closely for the last 2.5 years and all his life of 33 years. How presumptuous for people just to say, oh, why doesn't he get along with his mother? What did they know about the relationship of him and his mother? What do they know about what's going on in, Chumpyeong Lake, in the complex there, the palace? Nothing, or little or nothing. And they're saying, oh, well, everything's fine. Just get along with his mother. Hello, people don't recognize there's good and evil, that some things are right and some things are wrong. Why doesn't his mother invite him? Why doesn't she come and visit him? Why doesn't she support him? That's what I say. That's what you ought to be asking. Why don't you ask Mrs. Moon why she doesn't do that? Hello? I mean, so please stop asking why Hyung Jin can't get along with his mother. Use common sense. He can't get along with his mother because she's doing the wrong thing. She's desecrating and going against what her husband, Reverend Sun Myung Moon, had said clearly. So how can he just accept that and just get along? I mean, even that common sense tells you that. Would you accept such a situation? I guess so. I don't know. If you're saying, Joel, just go get along with his mother. Why can't we all just get along? Well, I would subtitle that, as I said at the beginning, why can't we all just get along with evil? Although I don't get along with evil. Yeah, I love people. I love everybody. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let them destroy the world and just say, oh, okay, I love you. Go ahead, destroy the world. Hello, anybody home? So, I mean, please quit asking this crazy question. I'm sorry if I've offended you. Well, so be it. Hello, that doesn't make any sense. Use common sense. Also, watch Hyung Jin's sermons if you really want to know what he's saying and thinking. I don't know what's going on in the palace there, but I do trust what he's saying. And you can see in Father Moon's speeches, as I've quoted before, clearly saying that even, Mother Moon doesn't clearly understand everything. That's clear. Hello. So just keeping saying, oh, they're all united, or saying, why don't they just all get along? That is not helpful at all. So again, like I would like to give the ending note. Why can't we all just get along with evil? Hello, the answer is obvious. Why can't we get along with evil? When something is wrong, it has to be confronted and changed. That is real love. And that is my message for today. So, I am Richard Urban from Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. This is a VisionRoot video blog. Thank you for listening. Be blessed. Until next time, take care.